So, Padraig, could you just start out telling us a little bit about the work of an expert working with a local support group? So what do you actually do to facilitate their work?
Okay, essentially the role of the project coordinator or expert is simply to coordinate the group. So you establish the group through a range of public and private interests by bringing them together, key people and key stakeholders who have an influence on the topic or subject you're dealing with. So the coordinator essentially brings the people together, agrees with them, and runs a number of local support group meetings that take place throughout the project development phase, and also would take part then in the feeding back from the transnational meetings, which is a critical part.
One of your big successes has been that you've got the private sector involved. How have you gone about doing that?
I think like any project or tackling any problem, you need champions. And what we managed to do was to engage 3 or 4 key people in the private sector who actually assisted us in developing our project. But we used them as a vehicle to get to other business owners. And these 3 or 4 key individuals would have contacted other business owners on our behalf. And I think there's a confidence issue with other business owners who see champions and believe in them. They all face similar issues and similar problems, and I think it's important that you have champions. So we managed to leverage some impact from the 3 or 4 key individuals we had on the local support group to further engage other people from the private sector.
Could you tell us a little bit about what the added value of being part of an international URBAC network has been for the people back in Monaghan?
I think the real value is that people from other countries face the same issues and have the same problems. In the case of the furniture sectors, many are at different, I suppose, timelines along the evolution of the development or demise of their industry. So there are lessons to be learned from others, and how have they tackled the problems, what type of solutions have they considered, and how far down the line are they. I think what we've learned particularly is that they all face similar issues and are addressing it with particular solutions, and we can utilise what is valuable and relevant to us and apply it in Monaghan, and that has been the real value. So for example, we have taken some key learnings from Yecla, from Roselair in Belgium and High Wycombe, and have a very strong relationship with those partners on this project. And we have brought some of those individuals along with us to speak with our local support group and business owners, and likewise we have since returned and visited Yecla, Spain, to make another visit and learn more about what's happening there.
What was it in Yecla that you saw that really excited you?
Well, one of the key problems we identified in Ireland was the lack of a business association to assist the furniture industry, which is an extraordinary thing when we compare with our European partners. A lot of the other countries have more than one association assisting businesses. So Yecla has ARIMA, which is a business association that is very similar to what we have just set up in Ireland, together with CETIM, which is more a technical-based association that provides further training and supports to the industry. So we felt that there was innovation also in design and a business incubator run by the local municipality that we feel are key aspects that are absent within Ireland and particularly in Monaghan. So there was a lot of learning, and we have taken that back and brought it into our local action plan.
What was it in Roselair that you saw, in Roselair in Belgium?
Roselair in Belgium, the key learning was the Fab Lab, which is in Kortrijk, another local city in Belgium. And within this Fab Lab, it's not just a fabrication lab as we know it, but it's about exhibition space and utilising shared space and common space to do many things. So it's like a lab where you can use infrastructure. Students can come in and use it, business owners can come in and use it. They have actually engaged older people to come in and work voluntarily and show kids how to do particular things. For example, with an iron can only be broken in one of 2 ways. the cord has broken or the element has gone. So the people, the older people, are actually fixing these items, and kids come along and ask, what are you doing? So it's a very simple idea where you bring young and old, and people can use the space together and solve particular problems. So we feel that is very good and could be beneficial to other solutions we are considering.
So would you be considering building putting a fab lab into the incubation centre when you finally get it off the ground?
Absolutely. I think this is the type of infrastructure and ideas that are absent in Monaghan. Currently, design and innovation is very poor. What we propose to do is to develop a design and innovation centre together with a local commercial hub. And we do have some mentoring facilities and staff available, but what we need is that common space and some people to come in and work with the business owners. And we also have startup companies and startup individuals that actually want space and need infrastructure. And we're hoping that by starting a centre in Monaghan that we can certainly assist the startups and existing businesses.
And will you be looking to use one of the existing empty factories as the possible location for this premises?
Absolutely, and I think that has been the value of, number one, engaging the business owners. 3 of the 4 business owners on our local support group own 3 of the largest vacant sites within Monaghan. So certainly with the local authority, we will be looking at an option of maybe utilising one of those factories, whether it could be that the local authority takes a long-term lease on the building and maybe sublets it out to other people, or indeed the business owner just takes it upon themselves and develops it in this way. So it's certainly one of the uses, one of the buildings we can use in this project.
And you might be looking for ERDF in that process to actually finance some refurbishment and retrofitting.
Absolutely. I think the funding programs, the EU funding programs, have been of great assistance, and we have learned through the transnational meetings and seen real life examples of where ERDF money has been used to redevelop former factory buildings and sites, and some have been inspiring, and certainly we'll be looking to build and learn of those people. So Interreg is certainly one programme we'll be looking to, as well as URBAC 3, and building on a number of partners that we have developed strong relationships with under the URBAC 2 programme. We are looking to develop another URBAC 3 programme.
What would be your message to cities thinking of getting involved in an URBAC network about whether it's worthwhile, what's the added value, and whether they should go for it?
I think potential partners and new partners need to realise that it's not about the money, but it's actually about the people and the networks and the learning. And I think if I was to take anything from the URBAC experience, it's precisely that. We have learned a lot through the URBAC network. Certainly we have maximised the money that we received for the URBAC 2 project, but it is more about the people and the networks, and I think what we've already established is that there are 2 or 3 other projects that are going to develop out of the Wood Footprint project. So we're certainly very happy with our experience within the URBAC network, and it appears that it's a family. It's not just a project, and it's not just a network. We have made great friends across numerous countries that we've never visited, never knew, and they're also keen to develop further relationships and projects with us. So it's a very positive experience and a great programme to be involved in.
Thank you.